Hello, I'm Joan Landis, and I'm happy to introduce the first lesson of this course called Cherished Couples Relationships. And the first lesson is about creating love in your life. Now, it's an interesting thing because I didn't say find the love of your life, right? I said create love in your life because that's the operant goal, to create love in your life. And because not all of us are going to find that, soulmate, perfect person. And so are we supposed to live without love in our life? No, we're not. What we want to do is we want to create love in our life and opportunities to show love and to be loved on many different levels from many different people. And that's a really healthy way to approach your, seeking for kind of your one and only. So the first thing we want to talk about is how do you create love in your life? Because that will attract other people to come to you who are loving people. So you get to take these first steps of becoming a loving person, to decide to be loving even when people are kind of difficult to love, right? And so let's just kind of think about some of the things that can help that to happen. Okay. Hopefully, you've already been through a number of the courses that can help you learn to replace negative thinking with healthy thinking, right? So that when people do some goofy things, you don't necessarily go to that hurt part of yourself, that angry part of yourself, that vindictive part of yourself, that isolating part of yourself, that panicking part of yourself. If you can have those skills to learn how to self-soothe with mindfulness techniques, the guided imagery, the breathing, the progressive muscle relaxation, the social support, to call people, and then also to replace those negative thoughts, that those are all really important strategies that you will want to master as your stepping stone to becoming a loving person. If we're still really reactive and we still don't know why we're feeling this way or that way, and we have very little control over it and we're very little influence with ourselves, it'll be very hard for us to be a loving person because the people around us are hopelessly human and hopelessly flawed, right? So, I'd really counsel you to review those things, start practicing those things if you feel like you're a little rusty on those, and then use those tools when you are dealing with people to be able to stay in a more centered, more compassionate place as people around you are failing right and left, right? And that you can actually take those failures and take those disappointments and use those as an opportunity for you to practice being loving even when people have not earned your love, right? When you can become that kind of person, closer to that kind of person. Now, nobody is perfect, but when you can start having those types of attitudes and responses to life and to people, you will find that your love naturally flows out and that friendships and affection and love naturally flow in. Okay, so it doesn't really, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter, how healthy you are. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how great of a job you have. You can always choose to be loving. And for most people on the receiving end of that's powerful medicine. That is such an unusual experience in this world, to have somebody who loves us, even when we're making mistakes, that will attract healthy people to you. And that will bring the kind of loving relationships to you that we all seek. Now, it may not be a romantic relationship. That, like I said, that doesn't happen for everybody, okay? And the good news is, in a way, it's fleeting for even those, who have been through that type of, that hot, passionate infatuation thing, that naturally dies anyway. So what we have the opportunity, whether we're paired up with a romantic partner or not, is to learn how to grow in love, to be a loving person, to make the changes necessary in ourselves in order to express and demonstrate love for other people, help them feel safe, and they will want to be around you, okay? Not every person in the world, but you will have enough healthy people around you that you will find that you have the social support you need, and you have that foundation of love and acceptance that you need, and that you can create a wonderful life, a great life, because you have first decided to be a loving person. You've worked on yourself, and then the romance may come, it may not. Regardless, don't spend your life moaning and pining for the romantic partner if that's not here. Do not put your life on hold. You go and do the good things that you know you're supposed to do. Learn things, go discover things, and associate with people, and look at every person you meet as a potential friend. Every person, the person in the checkout line, the person, that helps you with your car, every one of those people are potential friends. Don't ever dismiss people as, oh, that could never be, a friend. And we want you to really start looking at every interaction you have as a potential way that's a potential friend, and it's certainly an opportunity to be loving and express love. So when you have this point of view, when you have this paradigm about life and love, it changes everything. I think it changes everything. It doesn't make us so dependent on, finding this romantic partner, or trying to, get yourself in some kind of amazing physical condition so that, someone will be attracted to you. That really is kind of a dead end. All right, because that's putting your happiness on hold until someone in the external world decides they accept you. And my approach to that, that's not a resilient place to be. We want to be empowered and take our power and responsibility for our life and our decisions and our happiness. So I hope that this has been helpful to you to understand that regardless of whether you have that soulmate or not, you can decide to create that love in your life, be that loving person, and really practice being loving on people who are difficult. Now, of course, if people are truly unsafe or they're just really toxic influences, okay, you don't have to have them in your inner circle, right? You don't have to have them in your inner circle. But this approach of being a loving person and moving on with your life and focusing on your progress and your goals and all the good things that you do, that's actually the recipe for attracting healthy people to you. And, one of them might be that special person. So have fun with that. I would really like, when you get on the forums, to talk about ways that you can, the goals that you have to become a more loving, proactive person in your circle of influence, family, friends, colleagues, schoolmates, neighbors, church members, and set the little goal to do this or that. Also, make sure that you have feel like you've mastered some of those skills with our other courses about replacing negative thinking and self-soothing with the mindfulness and all that. So, okay, well, I'll see you on the forums. And really, to be a loving person is really the privilege. And I hope you get that. So, all right, we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.